guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. So yeah, I didn't post yesterday. Sorry, but I'm here today and I'm super excited about it. Today we're going to be talking about the astrological houses. So yeah, let's just jump right in. So the first house is who we are. It is our face that we present to the world. It's who we want others to see us as. It's how we actually look. Like there's a thing called astrology of the face. So if you have like a Leo rising, then maybe you have like a really strong jaw, or maybe you are balding, or you have crazy hair, kind of like, you know, me. That's a Leo trait because of the mane, right? And if you don't have hair, then you have a bright, bald, shiny head, apparently, according to astrology. Anyway, so the first house is your physical makeup, your appearance, how you carry yourself, how you want to interact with the world and how you want the world to interact with you. It is our most public point in the chart, meaning that everybody notices it. So like when you would first meet me, you would probably see my rising before you see my sun and before you seen any other of my important placements. The first house also talks about our childhood experience. How was it in our environment? How did we grow up? And then how did we start to interact with the world around us? Sometimes we can see what kind of childhood someone had immediately upon seeing them, right? We just get a feel of them, and that's all that nonverbal communication is taking place in the first house. It's also the side of where our highest self is, our the part of ourselves that loves us more than anything else. That's who lives there. So after you've been like, you know, crazy in your 20s, you've had a great time, you get into 30s, you start, you know, dropping the ego a bit and getting into your authentic self as you are whole. And that is when you would return to that rising sign. And the rising sign, as you can see, the house 1, that little line there, that is the eastern horizon. The astrological chart always starts at the east, and it starts at house 1. I'm in the northern hemisphere, that's why it goes under here, but usually the sun would set or rise over here and set over here, right? We go the other way. Yeah, astrology, it's fun. So I might as well just say it though. The first house is ruled by Aries and the ruling planet is Mars. Okay, second house. The second house is Taurus. The zodiac sign will always go in this ascending order. It'll always go Aries to Taurus to Gemini to Cancer to Leo. It always goes in that order, no matter how your actual zodiacal houses look. So Taurus is all about building, about creating, about making a life for itself through the hard work to get the resources to live a nice, comfortable, sensual, aesthetically pleasing life. It's also our skills, our possessions, our talents. It's how we feel about ourselves, our self-esteem. The second house is ruled by Taurus, and the ruler of Taurus is Venus, and Taurus is an earth sign. And also, lastly, this house is just kind of about general values, ethics, self-worth, integrity, that kind of stuff. It's a very kind of mundane or worldly kind of house, meaning if you don't have your shit right in that house, you're not really going to be able to get your shit right, you know? It's kind of like you got to invest in it to be able to pull back from it type thing. What we bring to the world when we just enter the world, like when we head out into the world, like if I'm leaving for work one day or going somewhere, even if I don't have my purse, let's say I'm just going, what I'm bringing to the table and how I'm interacting with other people is my first and second house for sure. I would be relying on my ability to communicate and ability to fit in with society, and looking like someone and appearing like someone who's approachable, my first house. And then I would also be using my people skills to ask people questions, open-ended, be nodding, you know, reciprocally, that kind of thing. That would be my second house. So these are my skills, my innate stuff that I just bring, and it enriches my life. It's also about our like material world, not gonna lie. The second house is kind of like a really materialistic house because it's how, like, it's our payday, it's our check, it's our American Express, it's whatever. It's our piggy banks when we're a kid, learning how to budget money, about how to freelance and make money, how to like hustle your skills and, you know, get that dollar, turn a dime into a dollar. That would be found in the second house. Resumes, it's trying to do extracurricular activities so that we do have a resume to have so that we can turn a dime into a dollar. It's about hitting the pavement, having your first job when you're a kid, you know, we'll never forget that. That's all the kind of stuff, how we manage our money, how we spend our money, our outlook on money. We can look to the house cusp sign, and if there's any planets there, to see how that person really expresses that house in their life. So say if they had like Mars there with like Capricorn, I'd be like, ooh, this is someone who like wants to get that cheddar. This is someone who's out there working hard, building their skills, wanting to be successful and ready to put in the work because they want to have an abundant financial future. Yay, third house. Gemini. Gemini is a sign of the twins. It is an air sign, super intellectual, and the third house is all about communications. It's ruled by Mercury, and it talks about our siblings, our short distance travel, our day-to-day, you know, getting up, going to work, grabbing your Tims or, you know, Starbucks or whatever, getting up, brushing your teeth, kind of talking on the phone, checking your pager. These kind of things are all represented in the third house. Your childhood, your siblings, your family life. And this one is all about our day-to-day, our life, our communication, our schmoozing work relationships, our siblings, how we talk to others, how we talk to ourselves, how we get along in social situations, how we connect with our community, the places that we travel close to home, so like heading to work, getting your coffee each day, all that kind of good stuff. That is represented by Gemini, the third house. It's also our adaptability, our intellectual pursuits, the things that we're interested in, and the things that make us kind of, I don't know, just feel really hella smart. Because that's what kids need. They need someone who's emotionally supportive. You know, when you get home from a long day of work and you got your place just set up just nice, you crawl into your bed and it's just cozy, that is the fourth house. However, it's also the IC, which is our Imam Coeli. This is the polarity to the MC, and this talks about fated karmic things from the past. So if you have something, a harsh aspect to that, then that would show up in your relationships and how you process emotions and how you are internally in your world. Fifth house. This is naturally ruled by Leo and the Sun. This is about creativity, children, romance, flings, dating, you know, being on Tinder or whatever. That type of stuff is all in the fifth house. It's trying to conceive children. It is hosting a art exhibit that you created. It is running youth programs in community. It is going out on a second date with someone you like. I don't know, all that good stuff. It's about theatrics. It's about shining in life and stepping up and doing things that just make your heart sing. Also, we can see someone's personal style, how they dress, the kind of places that they shop at, you know, what kind of timeline picture they have on their profile. All this stuff is kind of like represented in the fifth house because it's our Like Leo is the sign that's super dramatic and like royal and like gaudy almost, and like wearing like, I don't know, I'm a Leo rising, so I definitely wear a lot of like cringy jewelry, you know, very like bright golds and stuff like that. Like I like just look super tacky expensive. I love it. And that's kind of like the fifth house stuff, like dressing up for theatrics, putting on a show. Leo risings and Leo suns and Leo moons, Leo whatever, always think that they're, you know, on display, or that something is going on where they need to be looking their best. Sixth house. This is naturally ruled by Virgo, the sign of the Virgin, and a ruler is Mercury traditionally. However, since Chiron was discovered, people have assigned Chiron, the wounded healer, to be the ruler of the sixth house. So you can use them interchangeably. Chiron is not actually a planet. It is a centaur, but it's super prominent in astrology and like everybody uses it. There's definitely credit and like kudos and credence, I don't know what word I'm trying to think of, to using it. But anyway, the sixth house is considered, like in ancient astrology, the house of bad fortune. It is just about health. It's about your routines. It's about fitness. It's about yoga. The nature of your work, the environment, what you do every day. Do you get up and brush your teeth, or do you get up and have coffee? Do you get up and go for a run, or do you get up and roll back over and go to sleep? It's your chores, it's how you manage your life so that you can continue living your life and crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, and your agenda and your planners and your schedules and all that stuff fall into this house. Also, familial karma and service to others. Virgo is very selfless. They love helping and supporting. So the sixth house naturally is a service-oriented house. Everything that goes on there is for other people, not for self, really. So, I mean, if you're like in the helping profession, it's super important to make sure that you're taking care of healthcare and self-care so that you can continue to provide care to others, right? Seventh house. Libra, air sign. All about partner and relationships. Libra is the sign of the scales. It's about balance. It's about temperance. It's about duality. It's about working together with other people, having others in your life. So if the first house is all about the self, the seventh house is all about other people. It's about your partnerships, your relationships, your friendships, your group, your colleagues at work. All the types of interacting you do with other people is represented in the seventh house. It also tells you a lot about the type of spouse you'll be looking for, or what kind of relationship forecasting you can look at. Saturn in this house, for example, might mean you probably won't get married till after 30. So Venus making good aspects to other planets in the chart, then maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe you're just what people like. Or you're really big on romance, and that's good. Also, interesting enough that this seventh house cusp starts at the DC, which is opposite to the AC, which is your ascendant. So it's your descendant. It's your shadow self, and it's all the parts of yourself that you actually reject, and that you have deemed at some point in your life as not good, not valid. And so you suppress it and you don't nurture it and you reject it within yourself. And therefore, the partners that you end up attracting in life are the mirror to you. If you learn to love everybody else and you can't love yourself, you'll keep having karmic relationships come up until you learn that you can love yourself and not have to step outside of yourself to love another and then find that love for yourself. Because you'll realize all the things you love about them the most are the parts that are actually a part of yourself. It's awesome. And I'm actually going to get into the seventh house karmic, all this wild stuff in a video soon. Just a chit chat video, because oh my gosh, I've been assessing my chart and stuff to see like if this past person is karmic or not, and I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, I've gone through Draconic, I've gone through Synastry, Composite, Davison, Sabian symbols, Tarot, like everything. It's just too much. Everything is screaming karmic, but I'm just like, is he gonna come back though? Yeah, anyway. 8th house, the house of sex, death, and taxes. So if Taurus is all about resources and money and working hard to get it, Scorpio is all about other people's resources and other people's money. It's also the house of the hidden, the house of the occult, bonding and other people. It's investigative, it's deep, it's secrets, it's sex, it's, you know, death. It's all that good stuff in this house. 9th house, ruled by, oh sorry, the last one. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, and Pluto is the ruler of that house. Jupiter is the 9th house, and it is a Sagittarian house, so it's fire, and it is the polarity to Gemini in the 2nd house. Or sorry, 3rd house. About our unfamiliar environment. So if Gemini was about our day-to-day, our family, our friends, our people, our work, our colleagues, then Sagittarius is far off other people's environments. It's exotic trips, it's learning a different language, it's studying the Buddha. It's about spirituality and guru and getting connected with God and having mentors and having people that you look up to that can guide you in this life. It's about higher knowledge, it's about wisdom, and it's about humanity kind of getting together and swapping ideas. So if Gemini was the student, then Sagittarius is the teacher. 10th house, Capricorn, Saturn. Opposite of Cancer, the moon. So this is, Capricorn is like the father sign. If Cancer was the mother, then Capricorn is the father. It's about authority, it's about your public reputation, it's about who you are in the world, it's about your achievements, your successes, what you want to be. Also, the 10th house in the sky is where the sun will be at its absolute apex. The highest in the sky is the 10th house. So meaning this is how you'll be remembered. These are your biggest life achievements in this house. It's what you want to be known for and remembered by when you're gone. It's how other people see you and how your career could look. So you could look to this house and any planets that are making any aspects to see, you know, are you going to get rich and famous, or, you know, what kind of career or profession or vocation would really match you and what you want in life, what you're aspiring for. It's about individuality, our public standing, our money, how we provide for our families. 11th house, Aquarius. Air sign, humanity, others, all about networking in a really large, grand scale. This is like being with relief aid, humanitarian efforts, that kind of stuff. It's about our friends and the people that we share our lives with. Also talks about like karmic alliances and people and different contracts or, you know, soulmates that might come into your life. They might enter in through this 11th house axis, which is the polarity of Leo, 5th house. Yeah. So if Leo is all about the self and the creative and expressing yourself and engaging the world, then Aquarius is all about connecting with other people, engaging together, doing group activities, to create something for everybody to benefit from. Lastly, the 12th house. The 12th house is our unseen house. It is the house of self-undoing. So meaning if the first house is you and you're standing there, it is directly behind your back. And basically it's your past life. It's your karma. It is the things that if you do not consciously address them, they will unconsciously rule your life and F you up. And yeah, it's about the subconscious mind. It's about institutions. It's about mental health issues. It's about addictions. It's about escapism. It's Pisces and Neptune. Neptune is about smoke and mirrors, fog, you know, things disappearing, not as they seem, projecting your ideals onto someone else. It's about Neptune rules the seas, so it's all about emotions and sex, drugs, rock and roll. Neptune is also all of media, TV, movies, anything that, you know, people putting on a show where you don't really know, that happens in this house. It's our spiritual soul house. It's a window into why we came to this life and what we're carrying with us, what karma we need to work through. And also, you can also see like how you died last life there. We'll get into this in another video. It's also self-imposed isolation. It's how you separate yourself from other people. It's those deep ingrained wounds that, you know, run through your mind, like I'm not good enough, or nobody's gonna like me, or that's so silly, I shouldn't do this, or whatever, right? The things that hold you back, that little voice, the inner critic, that inner critic definitely 100% lives in the 12th house. So if Sagittarius was like spiritualism, right? Spirituality, guru, you know, find a ascension, whatever. The 12th house is religion. So it's a step up. It's ordained institutions that maybe you don't really know what's really going on at them. It's kind of like you never really know what's going on there. All right, that's it for this video. Remember to like, subscribe, share, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I post again. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm so excited to get through these 30 days so then we can like just gab and chit chat about astrology, and I'll feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because for some reason I feel like I'm just talking to my people and nobody knows what I'm talking about. So it's just like, if I have this, and I can be like, girl, I made a whole series for you so you can watch it and then we can just chat about it. I am forever child and youth care worker and Sagittarius moon. My love, that's where my emotions are at. Anyway, we're gonna talk planets later. But yeah, all right, good night.